about being a writer is I can empathize with everyone in every circumstances. So this empathy maybe one day will kill me, but it's really a big freedom to be able to empathize with everyone. I'm Nazli Karabıyıkoglu, and I'm an author. Also, I'm an activist of human rights, and I'm an academician, a researcher, and a nomad. It's been like 3 years that I have been in Germany. Before coming to Germany, I lived in Georgia for 3.5 years. So in total, it's like 6.5 years away from home and my friends and my family. I chose to come here and have this scholarship to proceed also in my writing, in my career, because I believed that I could do something good with my writing. That's why I am here. I believe the power of literature, and I believe the functions of literature, especially in the human rights and the human violations where we don't get any justice in time. Turkish family structure is a product of the country's geopolitical position, surrounded by the sea on 3 sides: Black Sea in the north, Aegean in the west, the Mediterranean in the south. It's a peninsula. Its political system is republic. Official religion is Islam. Its population comprises of Turkish people as majority, the proud Kurdish people as minority, and other ethnic origins as percentages. It did not surrender to any imperialist power and rejected the American and British mandate even during the hardest times. Turkey is drenched in the blood of martyrs with faith in their hearts and God on their tongues, modest, hospitable, young, proud, and resisting haram things. I have written 5 books in Turkish so far. I want to be read internationally, so I wrote my 6th novel, and now I'm waiting for it to be published in English. Also, I want to see the Turkish queer literature, the queer language, because in Turkish language, queer people have their own dialect, communicating with each other, which we called Lubunca. And the queer people, they call themselves Lubunca. So as a Lubunca, I speak Lubunca, and this language was some kind of a secret language which was used in many years and takes its roots from the Romanian, Greek, Armenian, Old Ottoman, Farsi. It's like a mix of everything together. Most of the time, sex workers were using this language to keep each other safe. In the recent time, like for the last 10 years, maybe 10, 15 years, the Lubunca became a little bit of mainstream with some of its words. So, which Lubunyas of Turkey, they are not so happy about it. So, because it's a special language and it should stay secret to function. But maybe carrying this language into a more genderless Turkish literary language and speech and writing style without harming the concept. Could be nice, and I think it should be international seen, because I don't know any other language has such dialect for just the LGBTQ plus people. Peace is all around with the doctrines of religion. Turkey is a sign that justice is not a mere word. Since the very beginning, its presidents, ministers, government deputies served as models of honesty. The executives who know nothing about rent-seeking are earnest and respectful. Its history outgrows books with epics and myths, civilizations and states. The place where the earliest civilizations were born, always proud of its ancestry. The place where there is no room for unjust treatment in the council, full of those who adopt politics as a principle and whose ultimate goal is to leave no place without democracy. Within its streets, each article of a human rights declaration blossoms. Its developed cities are envied by European countries, and its economy, resisting the parities, leaves no one hungry. Turkey is a country whose land grows trees if you spit seeds. Today, it's really funny to say that our ancestors are not gay, and continuing the discourse like you cannot beat Turkey with ruining Turkish family structures with being gay, being LGBTQ. So Turkish family structure doesn't have a LGBTQ plus. It's a terrorist organization. This is exactly the same political discourse. Now, Turkish President Tayyip Erdoğan and his super religious team, they are making the same, making LGBTQ people the other, the bad, the abject one, to play with the perception of people's minds. And so far they are quite successful with this. So I don't know, as a artist, I don't know how to deal with this rather than making some art or writing. I don't know, I cannot deal with this truth. Thinking about spreading truth under a dictatorship leads me to think first, what is the truth? Under oppressive regimes, the truth is mostly constructed by the governments. We saw these examples throughout the history in Germany, in Turkey, which I'm so familiar with. For example, if you go to a digital platform which is made by the government, there is a series about Osman Kavala, how he acts as a terrorist to corrupt the country down. But we all know that Osman Kavala is not a terrorist, for example. Journalists, authors, artists, we should be after how the truth is constructed in the society first. After that, we can have a broad understanding of how the system works. And the hate speech expands itself through media, and how do people are brainwashed very easily. It's our responsibility to show the process of constructing a truth and spreading all over with our work to the people who are not maybe involved in the literature scene, art scene, people who do not read that much. Maybe we should find ways to reach everyone, to spread not only the truth, but also the goodness. I have special bonds with this special building because it is the Nuremberg Memoriam of Nuremberg process after the end of World War II. In this building, in the courtroom of Saale 600, there was maybe the biggest step in terms of human rights, and having the consciousness about human rights started from here. Because after the brutal war era, judgments were made here. And you can also see how people were punished, how the Nazi soldiers were punished. But the most important thing is the consciousness of being human, the consciousness of doing ill treatment, torture, and violating somebody else's rights, the consciousness of being human. I think we can say that this consciousness arose from this courtroom. You began analyzing the hollow observing you, living the struggle, as the speeches of the president with an invisible turban at his rostrum, as magnificent as the caliphs, continued describing a family structure, focusing on the triangle of race, religion, and masculinity. When you realized it was the only way of salvation for you to read and write more, discuss and create discourses more, indeed, to produce more, you saw that structure, about which many principles were declared, was actually everything that surrounded you, and you planned migration for yourself as others had. Before the migration, you ruminated, evaluated, compared, reviewed, and tried to understand, instead of resting on the soft and warm ground of hollow you were born to. Why did you want to see the depths of another hollow? Were the other hollows actually hollow, or were the lives actually hills? Was it the sky, the sun, or the branches that laced the trees without touching each other? About being a writer is I can empathize with everyone in every circumstances. So this empathy maybe one day will kill me, but it's really a big freedom to be able to empathize with everyone. It's a poisonous thing, but I love the conformity of the space it creates so that I can create something realistic for people, I hope. So this is all we have, the literature, the art, and I don't know another way to deal with the pain of others.